We have all visited properties that have friendly staff, nice rooms, a good view, and an enjoyable breakfast. There's nothing wrong with these hospitality properties, and you feel satisfied paying. You get what you paid for. Does this make this hospitality property memorable? Nope. Today, I'm going to give you ways to make your property memorable. Welcome to another edition of Hospitality Property School. I am your instructor, Gerry MacPherson. What can you do to go the extra step to make your hospitality property memorable? Well, the possibilities are endless. Look at a few. Start from when your guests arrive. Make sure your hospitality property is inviting, and to do this, you need to look at your property from your guest's perspective. Is your entrance well lit with a welcoming and attractive company sign? Is it easy for your guests to park and to get to the front door without getting soaked if it's raining? Is it easy to get the luggage through the front door? Are your guests welcomed with a smiling face and help if necessary? Are your guests the way you would want your parents or grandparents to be treated? Are there specialties in your region that could be unique to your hotel that your guests can take home or share with others? For example, fruits, maple sugar, wood carvings, wine glasses with your property's name etched on them. These items could be available to sample or to buy. Do you have a streamless and simple registration system? Does your property tell a story? What makes your hospitality property unique? Is there a historical or family story that you can share? This can be done in the form of a small booklet for your guests to take with them. You can encourage your guests to take photographs on your property and then send them to you, and then post them on your website's gallery. Send personalized follow-up thank you cards a few days after your guest's departure. Now, I know this might seem like a lot of work, but if you calculate the revenue from the return business against the time it takes to write the cards, you will soon find that it is more than worth it. Develop a system for collecting your guests' emails through surveys, contests, or by just asking. And then stay in touch with information, offers, and incentives. Share the knowledge of your area and let your guests know what's going on in your region, or send them a copy of your great aunt's favorite cookie recipe. Know where you can see reviews for your property, for example, your website or property booking engines, and review them frequently. Don't be afraid of reviews and deal with any negative quickly. It is much easier and less expensive to regain a customer that you have lost than to gain a new customer. Recruit the right people. You can't do this alone, so choose your team wisely. Be clear about what you are looking for, and as I said in an earlier podcast, you want to choose staff that can show empathy. People can be taught to clean a room, to take reservations, to serve wine, but it is far more difficult to teach someone how to be welcoming, to stay calm under pressure, or to use their initiative. You want to be able to instill your values on your team and be sure they understand. This isn't only important for frontline staff, but the back of the house staff as well. Everyone's attitude towards customer service as a unit will have a great effect on your customer's experience and their likelihood of coming back and referring other people. Your kitchen staff's openness to guest tastes, your maintenance staff appearance, and your housekeeper's discretion all have an impact on your guest's impression. Encourage your team to see everything from your guest's perspective. The more of your services and products your staff are able to experience firsthand, the better. Give your staff an opportunity to be waited on in the restaurant. Stay a night as a guest. Sample any of the extras you offer. Encourage them to make recommendations and suggestions to improve your products and services. Give your team confidence, which will be apparent to your customers and will help provide consistency. After the break from our sponsor, I'm going to give you more ways to make your property memorable. Do you have an independent hospitality property, a hotel, resort, inn, or bed and breakfast, and at times feel overwhelmed with all you have to do? Do you find yourself doing everything from checking guests in, to marketing, to looking for the right people to work for you, to cleaning toilets and everything in between? What happens when things become hectic? Do you feel stressed? Do you find it difficult to plan for the future when your only concern is how to get the rooms ready for the new arrivals? So what can you do? You have to get organized. You have to learn the strategies that'll make you more effective. Wouldn't it be great to learn the techniques the big brand hospitality properties use and to work like you have a full organizational structure supporting you? If the answer is yes, your next question might be, how do I do this? Well, if you can make the time and have the extra funds, many universities and colleges offer hospitality training programs. Or you can learn from those who've gone through all your problems and see how they have streamlined their business. You can do this by becoming a member of the Hospitality Property School Group. The benefits of this group include helping your hospitality property to gain a clear vision, help set up your organizational structure, help set up your brand, help your social media strategy, help create an atmosphere to hire the right employees, help grow your business. The Hospitality Property School Group is designed to share knowledge, tips, and techniques to like-minded hospitality property owners and managers who might not have the benefit of having an entire organization to support them. If you are looking for ways to streamline your business, learn how to set up an organizational strategy, to hire and keep the right employees, and to increase your bookings and profit, then visit KeystoneHospitalityDevelopment.com/membership-site and explore the Hospitality Property Group for an entire week for only $1. We guarantee you'll find tips and techniques that you can begin using right away to help start improving your bookings and profit. But don't just take my word for it. Explore yourself for an entire week for only $1. That's KeystoneHospitalityDevelopment.com/membership-site. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Before the break, I said I was going to give you more ways to make your property memorable. Here is number 16. Empower employees to make immediate decisions, to take action quickly, and to resolve most problems to the satisfaction of your guests. There is nothing worse than having to tell a guest that you're not able to help them and that you'll call a supervisor to resolve their issue. Any problems that may arise during a guest stay should be able to be handled by a front desk or hotel staff. This can be done by having well-trained staff. Ensure any promotional material is visible and eye-catching. No point in having it tucked away out of view. Put them in high-traffic areas, by the reception, entrance to the restaurant, or in elevators. Collaborate with competitors. When you are full, you can refer people to other properties that you have a good working relationship, and vice versa. Recognize that your guests won't necessarily want to eat with you every night, so where do you recommend? A competitor's restaurant can offer discounts to your guests, and in return you can give a preferred rate to their customers. Be visible in your hospitality property and talk to your guests. Strike a balance between being friendly or over-intrusive. When you get to know your customers personally, you get to know their likes and dislikes. You hear their suggestions and get their feedback. This can build a rapport and trust. Make sure to reward customers that give you contact details of others. The more referrals you have, the greater the likelihood of gaining new customers. If your hospitality property has a green program and policies, promote them. Travelers are becoming more concerned with protecting the environment. Companies that practice and promote themselves as being green have an advantage over their competition that has not kept up with the population's changing views. Although the best way to be environmentally friendly is to start and design with the construction of a new property, existing properties can do a lot to become greener. If you're looking for a quick, visible, inexpensive program to start to become greener, add recycling baskets to the rooms for paper and bottles. Make every guest room inviting and comfortable. When people are traveling, their rooms are very important to them. Whether your guests are vacationers or business travelers, many would like to be able to relax or need space to work. For this reason, each room should have the basics: a good-sized flat-screen TV to keep them entertained, free wireless internet, a coffee machine, an upgraded shower head, a mini fridge, and possibly a microwave. It'll be appreciated by your guests. Promote upcoming events, either in your property or surrounding area, so guests know what's coming up in the future. This may prompt a return visit or guests to pass on details to friends or colleagues. Use flyers or leaflets which people can take away as a reminder or to pass on to others. Do something exceptional that could be of high value to your customers but a low cost to you so you can give them added value. Give people a real reason to talk about you. For example, one that I've seen that has worked, and actually I use, is a DVD of beautiful pictures of your property and the surrounding area, which can be used as a screensaver. Have customized aroma created for your property. This can extinguish objectionable odors and freshen your property's internal atmosphere. I know I've mentioned this before, but it's imperative you talk to your guests. If customers aren't complaining, it doesn't mean they are happy. The truth is, it's easier for most guests to walk than talk. In other words, they would rather give their business to one of your rivals than to spend time complaining and hoping for a resolution. Occasionally, when a client complains, you might feel like saying, "Let them walk, it's just one customer." The thing is, it isn't just one customer. Does this make sense so far? Let me know with a yes or a no in the comment section below. Do you want to make the process easier? Download the free property inspection form that you can modify and use for your own hospitality property. You can find the download below. I'm going to share with you 15 more ways you can make your hospitality property memorable. Call your guests before check-in. It's 6 p.m. You still have a number of arrivals to come in. Why not spend a few minutes and call them and let them know you are expecting them? This can be a reassurance to both you and your guests. Welcome local artists to display their works in your lobby. People are naturally charmed to pleasing things. That is why art is a good way of making your property more memorable among travelers, especially if it's interesting, inviting, and creates a visually stimulating experience for your guests. You can encourage them to take pictures to social media. Welcoming returning guests back. Everybody likes to feel special. So when you have returning guests, use their name. You want them to recognize that they're returning, so give them what they want. Novelty offerings. Not everything in life should have a logical explanation behind it. Creating a few novelty items for your guests is a great way to redefine the experience that they get staying at your property. It doesn't have to be extravagant. As long as it's something out of the ordinary and creates a spectacle, you're good to go. For example, a drink in affordable glass containers or flower vases, and serve your own version of an enormous drink. A simple spectacle that days after the travelers have left your property will still be talking about and will want to share with their friends. Arranging dinner plans. Everybody has to eat. Asking a guest, "Do you have dinner plans?" is an easy topic of conversation. Offering a recommendation will be much appreciated to a guest that has not had time to even think about it. You should ask them, "What are you in the mood for?" If you have a restaurant on site, you can recommend a menu option that fits their mood. If the request is not available on your menu, identify a local landmark. Upgrading. If you're sitting around a 50% occupancy for the night, does it really cost you much more to give an upgrade? Can you remember the last time you received an upgrade? I bet you do. Full towels in the shape of animals. Yes, I know, cruise lines do this, but it rarely fails to get at least a smile. It is still a welcome surprise when you walk into a room with something that shows a little extra care and attention. Call your guest after a problem. A guest calls the front desk with a problem, send someone over to fix the problem. When the job is finished, call the guest right back and ask if everything was fixed to their satisfaction. Weather forecast during a wake-up call. Don't just call and say, "Hi, this is your wake-up call." By making the first conversation with your guest, that day might be better than expected. Make suggestions such as bundle up because it's cold outside, or ask if they'll need an umbrella because it should be raining all day. a "Yes, I cleaned here" sign. How clean is my room? It may look clean just like any other room, but what about the things you don't see? Hide a note underneath the bed stating the housekeeper's name and today's date. You could also offer a free beverage if your guest brings the sign or note to the desk or restaurant. Provide bikes to borrow. It's beneficial. Implement a bike lending program. This is extremely effective, especially if your hotel's location is near points of interest and scenic tour spots. Make sure, however, you are prepared with all the necessary documents and agreements before starting this project. Brand your shampoos, soaps, and lotions. It may cost you a little more per room to have a brand name on your shampoos, soaps, and lotions, but they do induce a positive response from your guests. Now, everyone knows that small items like this will be taken as little souvenirs, but consider the extra cost for the upgrade of bath products as an investment in your marketing and happiness. Don't let them go hungry. People often associate eating with happiness. You can also trigger those emotions by offering free cookies or snacks at the front desk, having an informal wine and cheese party, or serving hot cocoa during the winter months. Families like to travel. So when families travel with young children, they always appreciate it when you go above and beyond what they expect, especially if you make it a priority to focus on the young ones. Having baby cribs, games, coloring books, and maybe even handing out little stuffed animals to small children when the family arrives makes it obvious that your property is a good place for families to stay. Take a creative approach to room service. If you do not have an on-site restaurant or kitchen that can prepare meals, you can still offer the convenience of room service by thinking a little creatively. Forge a relationship with several local restaurants that offer delivery service. They can prepare the meals off-site and deliver them to your hungry guests who do not feel like going out for dinner. The restaurants will love getting the additional business, and you will take another step toward making your guests happier. Now, I'd like to leave you with this thought from Henry Ford. The man who will use his skill and constructive imagination to see how much he can give for $1 instead of how little he can give for $1 is bound to succeed. In conclusion, keep in mind that cheap room rates aren't always enough to win over customers. The truth is, customers are willing to pay more for better quality, and part of that can come with great customer service. You might have heard that if someone does not like something, they will tell a dozen friends. Well, that is no longer the case. With the popularity of social media, an unhappy customer can tell thousands about their bad experience with your hospitality property. So don't be so quick to let them walk away angry. Be willing to do everything in your power, and be willing to bend your own rules if it helps keep you from irreparably damaging a relationship with a guest. Have you heard about our 6-day challenge? If you're interested in learning more tips or techniques for operating a hospitality property, I highly recommend you join, and it's 100% free. In this series, we'll cover determining what type of owner or manager you are, how to set up an organizational structure, secrets to great customer service, how to market effectively, how to benefit from social media, and how to make your guests want to return. It's important as a hospitality property owner or manager that you never stop learning. So, sign up below. Now, if you like this video, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you know someone who might benefit from the video, please feel free to share it. You can support this free podcast by leaving us a review and giving us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or wherever you happen to be listening to it. Every review helps more people find the podcast. Make sure to hit that like button. I appreciate the feedback. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell to be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you so much for your interest, and let's continue to work together to put heads in your beds. Until next time, have a fun day. We will see you next time, right here in Hospitality Property School.